Don't worry.
Yes, actually, I have started recording. No worries. So let's start. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here and dedicate your time for being in our class today. So I hope this webinar will be really beneficial and add to your experiences as teachers. So let me start the screen sharing. Okay, I just need to. Okay. I'll have a question here, and I want you to answer it using the chat room if possible, because actually the number is a lot to make you all use the audio or the mic to answer. Why is English so difficult to pronounce? And you know, today's session is about a very crucial and important topic, which is pronunciation, which is really relevant and close to the issue of fluency. So why do you think English is so difficult to pronounce? I wish I could read yes in the chat, please. Dr. Mai.
Yes.
Could you help, please, reading the chat responses, because
Yes,
okay, yes, okay, I started now. English has silent letters that may cause confusion. Yes, excellent, thank you. Intisar, thank you, Ms. Intisar. Who else? Very good. Vowels, thank you, Ms. Marmar Nasim. Some sounds don't follow specific rules. Yes, Shaza, thank you. It has many exceptions in pronunciation. Sure, definitely, yes. You're very close of everything. The sounds differs from the letter. Wonderful. 70% letter silent. Yeah. Many different accents and dialect. Wonderful. It has different pronunciation code difference from our native tongue. Yeah, yeah. Wonderful. What do you mean by the pro, Ms. Barwa Saif? A kind of language that takes a lot from other languages? Okay, especially Latin. Okay. Thank you for giving really wonderful and very close answers. So let's start our presentation. As you said, we have a problem with the spoken language versus the written one. So we write something and pronounce it in a different way. And as you mentioned, yes, the problem from those lots of silent letters that we have in English. So here we have lots of all or most of the letters are silent in some vocabulary, which make it really difficult for people to pronounce if they are new to the language or trying to depend on themselves without tutors to study the language. As you can see, the most common silent letters in English, as you can see in this chart, okay? And also concerning the vowel sounds in English, they are more like 20 or 19 and also the consonant sounds are a lot. So we have to practice using the mouth because pronouncing them has to cover all mouth positions like back, middle, front, and round. And if we are not really trained well in pronouncing these vocabulary, we might find a problem or difficulty in pronunciation. And some vowels are short and other are long. So, you know, comparing with other languages like Spanish and Chinese, that have only, which had only 5 or more vowels, English is really not that easy for learners. So as you can see here, lots of people want to be added to the meeting and I'll keep following adding them. I hope someone of the hosts could help with that. Okay. So we have the consonant sounds that are really problematic, like that producing the th and the. Though I have a kind of theory concerning that, Because in Arabic, if we just know Arabic or Fusha really well, I think if you adjust yourself to introduce or to read and use these Arabic letters or sounds in a good way or a right way from the beginning, so you will not suffer or you will not have any suffering in using them in English. So for example, we have words related to tha, like thawb, thiyab, and so on, dhalika. If we just focus on using the right or proper Arabic sounds, so we will not find difficulty in producing those two sounds. We have also problems concerning pronouncing other letters like the in. So most people actually mispronounce that. So like saying writing, and they avoid using or they forget using the sound, the nasal n, in pronouncing words or letters that end with nk or ng, which makes their pronunciation really awkward and not perfect. So it's really important to pay attention to this. So as you can see here, we have a vowel and consonant sounds. It's like a chart. I know that you all as teachers might be familiar to them, but you know, for learners, you know, they are available and the presentation would be available for everyone to take a copy if you like. Let's move on. Okay, so let's start using some sample techniques, and maybe they are creative. Maybe few of you know most of them, and maybe others are new to these techniques. But it's not. It's actually it's about my experience in using these techniques. I found them really effective, and I helped many students use these techniques and work on their language in no time. It's about dedication. It's about giving time and enough time to study each or use and apply each technique really well. From a teacher to teachers or learners, we can start by teaching minimal bursts. Actually, in language that we have words that are similar and that have in pronunciation, only one letter or one sound can make the difference from a word to another. So if a teacher or a learner start learning or teaching for teachers minimal bursts, I think it would make a lot of improvement and progress in his students' level or in his own level. Just to check minimal pairs in English, you will find lots of flashcards in Google. You can start using them. First, teach them in a class, introduce the meaning of minimal pairs, and then start to train your students on how to pronounce the minimal pairs or different or various words in minimal pairs. What I find really important for those who want to improve their language is using authentic resources. And before starting, what do you think the meaning of authentic resources? Can you? Yes, I need you to write in the chat, please. Yeah. So what do you mean by, what do you think the meaning of authentic resources? You can use the chat. Real. Thank you, Miss Amal. Real from life. Wonderful. Realia. A resource to teach correct language, videos, magazines, wall chart, and realia. Wonderful. Actually, yes, wonderful. Real life materials. Yeah. Authentic is a kind of material that is not designed for the purpose of learning or teaching. So they are from real life resources, as you mentioned. Yes, they are not intended to teach. Like, for example, watching a program or a TV show about cooking, about animals, about whatever, the news itself, using the Facebook and other social media as a resource to learn language. Movies, which I found them really impactful, and they have really great effect on influence and effect on students' level and improving them in no time. As you can see in this picture, I gathered some of them. We can add also songs. Songs are really good especially in improving the way of speaking, using the linking and the joining of letters and sounds in a good way, and also adding to the students' fluency. Here is another technique. If you are using any authentic material, we can just start by teaching these by making students listen at the beginning. So the first stage is that we make students listen to the part we want them to acquire pronunciation for or of. Look here, very important thing to understand that if you want to make your students learn the right pronunciation, you cannot teach everything in one session or at once. We have to focus on one thing. For example, if you are focusing on the stress in the sentence, for example, so you have to assign this session or the session for or the class for just that. Pronouncing or the pronunciation of the P and the th and the. So each pronunciation rule or pronunciation activity should be taught, alone or away from the others, so students can have time to practice and to improve them, and later on you can check that. But if you just plan to give more than one rule or one exercise or one pronunciation activity, actually I think you will not get the appropriate result for that. So you will make, for example, your students listen to the line, to the sentence, to the question, to whatever you want to make them learn from. Then you can ask them to repeat. So you will stop and make them repeat what they have listened. Then there is a very good stage, which is, make them compare by recording. Make them record themselves and then compare what they have listened to from the authentic material to their records. And I think they will find this very, let's say, satisfactory, because making this comparison will allow them to know where are they in the level of pronunciation, and will give them time to know their mistakes and then go back, repeat again until they acquire the appropriate level of pronunciation, and then trying again if they fail doing it. Okay. Actually, there are very good websites, and I recommend those two things to use if you want to work hard on your students' pronunciation. We have lots of animation videos for different levels of learners. Just choose the appropriate one from the YouTube, download it and use it in your class, or if you have the availability of using them online, it would be really great. And I want to share something with you. Let me just stop sharing that, and I want to show you how you can do this. Can you all please see my screen now? Yeah. Please confirm.
But no, we were the lazy ones, and you had to go and listen to your beloved son, Tom Little. Hard-working Tom Little.
Yes, Miss Nahla, we can
Good
see.
Okay.
Can see and listen. Yeah. Thank you.
You just need to click on animation videos or animation films, and please, this is a kind of recommendation and suggestion. Before bringing anything to your classes, you have to watch it a whole and then decide if it is relevant or not to the students' culture and the students' level. So you find, you determine the easiness of the material, through their levels, which video is related culturally or not. If you are teaching young learners or adults, it will be totally different. Here, in most of the videos on the YouTube, whether for animation or not, I want you to see this sign, which is subtitles and closed captions in the bottom of the video. If you choose to act or play this on, you will find all the subtitles are shown on your screen next to the video. Watch just 1 minute.
Ah, this is what you call life? It's all your fault that we're totally broke. And if only you'd listened to your older sons and sold this land like we advised you to. But no.
So I used this button I pressed on the button to show and hide the subtitles in English. So you are, if you want to teach your students the appropriate pronunciation, you can just bring a video like that, or a short film. It could be animation, it could be anything, but animation are really interesting and they are appealing for all students levels. So just turn it on.
Oh, we were the lazy ones, and you had to go and listen to your beloved.
So how we can do this with or teach pronunciation through this? Actually, it's very simple. Just turn it on, make your students really acquainted with what are they going to watch, like introducing the movie or the film, and maybe the idea or what you like to introduce, and then make them focus. For example, if it is like a line, today we are going to study something called sentence stress, and you have to introduce what it is stress, like for example, pronouncing which is pronouncing the word in louder and longer sound. So now you introduce it, model it with 1 or 2 words in a sentence, and then start making them watch, and then stop and ask them to repeat a line, and then as for example, as a whole class or as individuals, make sure before moving to the next line that your students are really familiar or really got what you want to introduce to them. And gradually, I think you can give it like as an assignment for, later you watch at home, so they can stay or give time to watch that at home. So this is one of the ways that's really good in improving students' language and pronunciation. It's not only about the pronunciation here, it's about the vocabulary, it's about the sentence structure, it's about the intonation, it's about everything, okay? Then there is another website called ESL Dash. I find it's really great as well. So this website is very amazing. So why it is very amazing? I see it really beneficial for those who have different levels of students. It has an easy, like part, intermediate, and difficult. Just press the one or the part that is really suitable for your students' level. A list of huge conversations will appear. It's downloadable, so you can actually choose a dialogue or a conversation from here, and you can download it on your desktop and copy the questions and use it for later. Let's choose anything from these. Let's find, for example, choose acting, school, and movie stars. This is a very interesting one. It has really like an introduction to what are you going to listen to. like the level is easy, the topic is about introductions, the speakers will be men and women, and the length of this conversation is like 1 minute 45 seconds. And we have also idioms that we can learn or teach our students. We have a list of questions that the students need to listen and answer. Okay, so to check their understanding and their let's say listening ability or listening skill. But this is not what I am for here. I just want to show you something else very important to learn, how to learn pronunciation from such a website. Here at the top here, you can see a button called See Listening Script. See Listening Script. We can just press on that. And now you can see the script that you have been listening to. You can turn it on.
Hello, this is James Goodfellow from Channel 4 News. Today we're interviewing Sarah Roberts, the star of the new movie Zombies on Mars Part 4.
Okay, this is a line of the exchange or an exchange of this conversation. So how we could use this in teaching or learning pronunciation. Here we just, as we did before with the animation, we can do it with the students, like making them after listening to a whole sentence or a whole question, listen and repeat with the purpose. What is your purpose today? Are you focusing on the stress? Are you focusing on a specific sound? It's up to you as a teacher what to teach. But as I told you, don't give more than 1 or 2 exercises for different rules. And here, actually, you will benefit a lot because this is very resourceful. At the bottom, you find the vocabulary and the sample sentences. Okay, and you can also answer some exercises on that. We have also games, and what is really interesting about this website, that it is really suitable for everyone, and even for those who want to work on themselves by themselves without a tutor. They can start reading from or answering or listening from the easy part to the intermediate, then to the difficult. You will find yourself really achieving a great progress in less than 1 month if you dedicate good time for that. Let's move on. Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint now, guys? Or you want me to do a kind of sharing again? Can you see the PowerPoint?
No.
Miss Nahla, you have 5 minutes. Can you hear me?
I started 7 minutes late, Dr. Mai.
All right, don't worry.
Can we
Okay.
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 Actually, really lots of things I want to share with them now. Okay, can you see the PowerPoint now, guys?
No. Okay.
Okay, just
No.
Just a second. Voila. Now we can see, right?
Yeah.
Another important technique here is recording your students. What I mean by recording is giving a passage, a certain passage at the beginning of the semester of the year, and make students record their reading with their own voices, and keep this as a record in your archive or the list of the students that you have, or the portfolio, or whatever you would like to call. And then at the middle of the year, make them do another record, and then compare between what they recorded, what they have recorded at the beginning of the year, and then do it at the end of the year, so students actually can work on their self-confidence and bolster their self-esteem. They see, or they can know now that they have this improvement or progress, gradual one that is achieved because of you. And I think it would give you a real evaluation of their levels and whether they are improving or not. So these clear cuts will give evidence to the students, the parents, and to you, and the most important to the learners themselves of their learning. And you can do this for yourself as a learner of English. So you can just record yourself at the beginning of studying something for improving pronunciation, for example, and then after a while, do another record for the same passage or for the same reading or the same exchange. And later on, at the end, or when you decide that that's enough, or I need to evaluate myself, do it one more time. Okay, usually we have, when we teach pronunciation in classes, there's a kind of anxiety and, kind of embarrassment with the students and with us as teachers, maybe because we weren't exposed to pronunciation enough in college or in our study. But using games to teach pronunciation is really beneficial, and it's really impactful because it has great effect on the students' level. For example, we can use the running dictation, because students in running dictation, you will just put a kind of passages around, or a passage around the class, and you ask students to go read the line, for example, or the line of a conversation, and go back to the team, because you have divided them from the beginning in teams. So each student will go read, and then tell the writer in the group, or the someone of his group that is writing or in charge of writing the sentence that he read, and then do it again. And finally, you can just, let's say, compare what they have written because of their pronunciation and readings, if it is correct or incorrect, and announce the winner, who really was able to move the exchanges or the sentences in a correct way. And it's really good. Also, we have the fly sweater, and it's a kind of that if you are putting minimal pairs on the board, you can just give a fly sweater. You know the fly sweater, it's, the tool we use to slap flies at home. You can just, make it, with normal material or something that you have in class. Just say the word, shout the word, and you will have two students, for example, and the one who is able to slap the fly, or sorry, fly the swap the word, slap the word first, he's the winner, and so on. You can do it with a variety of vocabulary that you want to teach inside the class. Look always for games to teach pronunciation. It's really effective, and it will give you really great results, especially with the students who are really have embarrassment or a kind of embarrassment while speaking and pronouncing in classroom. This is what I'm really interested to share with you today. It's a great website which is called Quizlet. It's like a platform, a normal platform like Facebook or whatever. You need just to sign up for that website. And in order to use it for teaching vocabulary or using it to improve your, or use it to improve your students' pronunciation, you just choose to create a set. After you sign up with your Google account, you create a set. You write the words that you want to teach, just write them. You choose either to give a definition, a picture, or an opposite for these words. And then you will just click on something called share. What is really interesting about Quizlet, that it would provide the students not only with the word, but also with a pronunciation or a kind of dictionary for even if it is a word or a sentence. If we have time, I'd like to share this with you. Just a second. Dr. Mai, do we have a minute? Okay.
Okay, Ms. Nahla.
Okay, I'd like to share that with them. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. As you can see here, this is a link that was sent from a teacher to his students. and he has already created the set or the words or the vocabulary he wants to practice with them. Just click on the word. We want it to be like, you know, just a second. You know, if we have this photo or this picture or this word like in, you know, on a full screen, you will find that there is a mic connected to that photo or picture, and you are able to hear what you have chosen for your students. I just want to work on that. Just give me a second. I hope it works. Yes, we have here the full screen. Yes, good. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, you just click on the full screen and make them, you will find that each picture is connected to like a dictionary, like the Cambridge one, and the students will have the ability to listen to the words. And actually you can put as many vocabulary as you want with the definition or the pictures that explain each one. And students might do this at home because you share the link with them after finishing this, this exercise. You can share this with them, and they are able to use it later when they are at home. The last thing I want to share with you is a really interesting thing.
Miss Nahla, the recording has stopped. Miss Nahla, you are unmuted. You are unmuted, if you can hear me.
Finally, I'm really sorry for this. Technology doesn't always work. So the last thing I want to share with you.
Hello? Hello, Miss Nahla, you are unmuted.
I'm no, actually, I'm okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. The last thing
Actually, our next presenter is waiting.
Okay.
We've taken from it.
Okay. The last thing I want to share is the tongue twisters. Just go on the YouTube, and you know you will find many different levels of them. Thank you for your time. I don't want to keep my colleague or my next one wait. So any questions? I think we'll have like 1 minute for questions. Dr. May? Yes.
And while they can write, I can introduce, because I haven't had the chance to introduce because of my laptop problem at the beginning. Ms. Nahla Galal, thank you very much. She's a Nile TESOL mentor, teachers, trainer, ESL instructor, IELTS tutor, and a private school state. Please unmute yourself, guys. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. May.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so Ms. Nahla Galal is a Nile TESOL mentor, teachers, trainer, ESL instructor, IELTS tutor, and a private school stage principal. She has been teaching English for more than 17 years. She studied at the Faculty of Education, South Valley University. Now she's working in her master's in methodologies, American culture at Illinois in the US. She has taken part in many educational conferences, and she has recently traveled to Russia and trained EFL teachers. She's passionate about traveling, learning new things, and helping students develop both of their language and personal skills. Thank you very much, Ms. Nahla. It was really great. If you have any questions for her, please type in the chat box because we don't have much time. Mr. Mustafa, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. And we are so sorry for keeping you wait.
No
So,
problem at all. No
Ms.
problem.
Nahla, can you please give me back the hosting thing?
Yes, sure, definitely in a minute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was so fruitful, and I hope that everyone benefited from you. I'm sure they benefited from you. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna introduce Mr. Mustafa. Mr. Mustafa's session is
I'm here, Miss Ma.
integrating pronunciation teaching with language skills. So Miss Heba, you're here, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Miss Nahla, can you please give me back the host so that
I'm
I can
trying to do that. Actually, I lost the just give me a second. I'm gonna work.
Okay, Miss Heba, you can introduce Mr. Mustafa, please.
Yes, sure. Hello, Mr. Mustafa.
Hello.
Now we have our second session with Mr. Mustafa Zaki. Mr. Mustafa Zaki is an EFL supervisor, course designer, and teacher's trainer at Ministry of Education. He's Microsoft Innovative Educator, expert MIEE. He's a teacher educator in the British Council, NTTP. He's a STEM teacher and a STEM trainer and supervisor. He holds a Bachelor of Arts and Education from the Faculty of Education, Alexandria University. He has diploma of supplementary studies in English literature. He delivered professional presentations and training workshops for more than 500 hours at different local, national, international events and conferences. Hello, Mr. Mustafa.
Hello. So pleased to be with you.
It's our pleasure. So what are you going to present today?
Today, inshallah, we are going to continue the same topic Ms. Nahla has been talking about. It's the pronunciation topic because it's very important.
Sure.
So I hope I'm going to be on the same track.
Yeah.
And we are going to avoid the things that Ms. Nahla said in order not to repeat ourselves, but I'm going to go further with some other techniques and also some other information.
Yes,
about
you
English
mentioned that you are going to share a few strategies to improve students' pronunciation.
Yes, yes, but indeed, Ms. Nahla has covered some of them, and I'd like to say
actually, I'm trying to change myself as a host, and actually, can you please guys help with that? Because
okay, Miss Nahla, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, go to the participants' names. All right, go
Yeah.
to my name. My name is Mayisa. All right, and right click next to my name. Make me host.
Okay, you are a host right now.